Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the new cool and exciting things that are coming to Lost Ark with January's patch. We're obviously talking about the Russian version of Lost Ark. If you want to know how to play Lost Ark in Russia, I have a 5-minute guide, super easy, just gets you into the game in 5 minutes. Definitely worth trying, a lovely MMORPG. I myself am logged into the Korean version right now. I'm gonna show you all of these things that are coming up in Russia in just a few days from now. If you're new to my channel, nice to meet you, my nickname is Saivo. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy Lost Ark, if you're interested in the game, if you want all the latest of the game. And also on top of that, subscribing to my channel makes me happy as well. So if I'm happy, you're happy, everyone is happy. The first thing in the list is tier 2.5 equipment, which means the weekly raid gear from the PvE side of things, and then the PvP fabled quality gear, which is this one right here. I'm on the Korean version right now, so I'm showing you things here because they're not out yet in Russia. This is the PvP gear. It is fabled, or whatever, legendary they call it, and it still costs these particular tokens in order to acquire. It requires a minimum item level of 515 for this for the pieces to be purchased, and this gear requires you to have a Crasium in order to polish it. It goes the same thing as the PvP gear currently does. And of course, as I've mentioned, we have the weekly raid set of gear. This is really juicy looking. I mean, mind you, it has a different color as well, so it's like a you equip a full set of this and you stack yourself on one of these badass goddamn weapons, and you look really badass, right? So this is really cool. This requires Mark of a Slayer, which you get actually from doing weekly raids. You get this as a drop, and it requires this in order to purchase it. A minimum item level, same as for the PvP set, of 515. And I need you to take a look at the set bonuses right there. Yeah, so you have a 3 set effect, a 4 set effect, a 5 set effect, a 6 set effect as well, and then at the 6 set effect, so you must have 6 pieces of this one, 5 armor plus a weapon. At the 6th set effect, you also have something underneath there. You see there 15 grinding translated, and 25 grinding, and 30 grinding. Now these are polish levels. So when you have polished this set, like not one piece, obviously one piece you can polish it maximum 5 times, but I'm just saying, when you have polished, let's say 3 pieces, 5, 5 and 5, so 3 pieces are maximum of 5 polish on them, you get 15 polishes, right, in total on your character. Then you get that extra effect as well, reduces damage to raid monsters, reduces damage done by raid monsters to you by 10%. So this is really awesome. And then you polish another 2 pieces to max, and then you have a steady state, which is a seal book automatically just given to you. So really badass, like super badass. And the same, by the way, goes with the PvP set, this one that is legendary or fabled, 515 starting item level. Mark of a Slayer, 50 pieces of it, can also be used after you get the full set, after you purchase it. You can also stack up on these, so you can get a ticket eventually for the weekly raid 2 thing, right? So again, if you do this weekly raid initial content, right, and get your gear and you're done with the Mark of the Slayer, then continuing doing it and stacking up on these, eventually when this button is going to be open in Russia as well, you're going to be able to do some nice things with the Mark of a Slayer as well. And of course, with all of the new gear that's coming up and the mats that you need, we're gonna have another board with raiding, and it's gonna have the weekly raid kind of thing here. And these are the weekly raids that we are also going to have access to. There's gonna be 3 versions of them. The drops from them are absolutely identical. There are some accessories as well, really nice accessories that again look really nice just because they're orange color, and it's no longer purple or light yellow, it's like orange. And for me, it's just exciting. For me personally, it's just exciting when you change the color, right? Guild versus Guild is another very interesting piece of content that's coming out with January's patch. I really loved this system when I did it. I didn't do it very much, but I did do it a couple of times in Korea, and I really loved it. It's an 8v8 PvP arena kind of thing, but it's not like the usual arena that you do. It has some plants on the side, some bushes, it has some totems that need to be defended and, you know, protected from the enemy guild. So it has some objectives, right? You fight on the objectives. It has 2 lanes and then you split, you can do tactics. It's really interesting. So definitely if you're in a guild, you should look into doing this content. Not to mention the fact that the rewards from this content are absolutely out of this world. Really nice things they give you. Not everything that's here on these pages we're gonna get, but I really hope that we're gonna get at least everything on page 1. These are the updated, the most up-to-date rewards in Korea. So we have, this is the currency that you get, by the way, from playing the GVG. You get affinity items. This is weekly limited to 5 pieces. This is weekly limited to 4. You get 1 kind, but it's also it's all the same thing here in these boxes. Even if it's an RNG box, they are the same items in there, so it doesn't really matter which one you get, right? I mean, it matters, of course, if you want to min-max mathematically, then you don't want to offer some affinity items to some merchants because some other merchants give you 100 more affinity for them. But it doesn't really matter in the large scale of things. There is this satchel also that can give you some very nice seal books that you can later on sell on the broker. Remember, these are actually tradable, the seal books that you get from within them. Very nice. Many people do this. This is like this right here is like the little RNG thing that you get, that you can do from the hero trials, and it is really nice because at one point when you're gonna be done with your, you know, very needed things from the Silmael Bloodstones, you're gonna be able to gamble a bit with this. So this is really nice. Another RNG box that gives you seal books, which you can sell later on, is this one right here. There are different seal books, right, in each of these things. This one is limited to 10 per week. This one is also limited to 10 per week. Acrasium 1 box, this is pretty juicy, right? Limited to 6 purchases per week in Korea. I really hope we're gonna get this updated version of the reward system. When it all started in Korea last year, then there was no Acrasium box in the rewards, right? So they've added it later, in their case as a catch-up mechanic, kind of, for, you know, for alts and so on. But I really hope that we in Russia are gonna get this one and this one, Acrasium 2 box as well. You can get 1 Acrasium 2 guaranteed, and there's a limit of 6 out of 6 per week. Other things, interesting things, are a weekly raid ticket. You know, why not? 420 of these, definitely affordable. And the rest of the things that are here we're probably not gonna get because we don't have yet the content that requires these items. This is something for, you know, for future on stages of gearing up process. These are the items that you're gonna be needing. This one the same. There is a potion that obviously we won't have yet. Another hammer for upgrading gear in future stages, etc. It's only future stage things. Another ticket for the weekly raid 2 box. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, if you think that Lost Ark is not coming out in the West in the next 2 years, then definitely worth doing the Silmael battlefield to stack up on these bloodstones. If you don't need Acrasium 1 and Acrasium 2, and if you don't care about making gold with those seal books, then stack up on them, right? When this kind of content, weekly raid tier 2, is gonna come out for us in Russia as well, then definitely worth having these, so you can buy, you know, tickets without having to do continuously the battlefield, right? In Korea, what they also have is another system, which I don't know for sure if Russia is gonna implement straight from the get-go, is that if you're not part of a guild, right, you can just use this feature right here to... Let me cancel this application. So you can use the feature right here, so you can apply as a mercenary to another guild's battles, right? So, you know, the better your gear is and like the shinier you are, because, you know, they can come and inspect you, then the more chances you're gonna have to apply as a mercenary for this guild's battles, which, I don't know, maybe they're missing players that week, maybe they don't have enough people in their guild, they just have 6 and they need 2 more you know, nice players to apply. And here you can apply and you can set up your own fee of how many Silmael Bloodstones you would like to get, right? And finally, God bless, the card battle system is coming out in Russia, which is a super cool thing to do. it gives you some nice rewards depending on the merchant that you play cards with. You have some really nice rewards. As you can see here, I'm in Tricion with Beatrice right now, and already you can get some keys, some growth potions, and then later on another growth potion, and then Chilean orders. So very interesting rewards, and there are some merchants that give you charm potions, intelligence potions as rewards, right? Your tertiary stats. So very nice. It's a cool thing to do. It's something to sink your shillings in, right? Upgrading your cards, because at one point awakening them and upgrading them is gonna cost a fuckload of shillings. But it's fine. It's fun, and yeah, it's just something. I have a review, another video reviewing the card system way back from last year. It's still the same. It hasn't changed. It will change, by the way, with the 2020 roadmap of Lost Ark. So it's gonna look different, and you're gonna be able to combine cards together to get more powerful effects. But anyway, if you want to know how the card system works and what are these extra stats there and leader, and in which order you should place your cards in your deck when you create it, then I have a video guiding you through all of these things and how it looks and how you should, deal with your cards. Anyway, this was all for the upcoming patch, which is going to be in just a couple of days in the Russian region. If you want to play Lost Ark in Russia, it is a very good idea, because it's a lovely MMORPG and you have a community of English players. The game is actually going to be in English, translated via a patch. I have a video linked always in the description of my videos. Please use it. It's 5 minutes. It gets you into the game. And yeah, that's about it. I wish you lots of love, guys. I'm gonna see you in just a few days from now. Until then, stay safe, take it easy, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.